Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you must be still wondering, why did the auditors deem Childe guilty? But before that, there's one more question we have to ask ourselves. How did bro even end up in the trial in the first place? Who accused Childe? Hey guys, it's Bane here. Welcome back to another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch to the end. First, let's backtrack a bit. So we know that Childe is in Fontaine to collect debt for the Northland Bank. But is it really the job of a harbinger to collect debt, and that too way over in Fontaine? Now, back in version 1.1, we saw that Childe actually did go to Liyue to collect debt, but that was because the tea house owner actually had the sigil of permission with him. The real person who collects the debt is actually the Fatui agents. If you check out the in-game description of the Fatui agent, that's what it says. Their job is literally to collect debt. So the fact that Childe came to Fontaine to collect debt for the Northern Bank is completely a lie. Now we also know that Childe has also been in a bad mood ever since he reached Fontaine, and that his powers are going bizarre and his vision is not working and all the more. So it is quite possible that Childe is in Fontaine not to collect debt for the Northern Bank, but to find a reason why his powers are going haywire. But why Fontaine? Now in version 4.1 Arconquest, we know that Childe goes missing after 3 days within the fortress of Meropide. Now since we have Childe's vision with us, we know exactly what happened to Childe. After entering the fortress, Childe had already created a gang of his own, and then he finds a way to escape the fortress, and we see that he ends up in the primordial seawater and comes into contact with his whale again. And the way he reaches the whale or the primordial seawater is as though he gets some kind of a calling towards the whale itself. So this led me to think, what if the entire reason that Childe is in Fontaine is because of this particular calling itself? What if he was called to Fontaine? If that is indeed the reason, it means Childe had a reason to get as close to the primordial seawater as possible. From the 4.1 Arconquest, we also know that Fatui informants had been deployed within the fortress of Meropide. So could it be possible that Childe came to know of the existence of the primordial seawater under the fortress of Meropide via these informants? If that is indeed the case, it would mean that Childe actually has a reason to get into the fortress of Meropide itself. And what other way can Childe enter the fortress of Meropide other than as a criminal? And for that he would need to be held on trial. So it would mean that the person who accused Childe in the trial of Fontaine would be Childe himself. Now if you look at this particular cutscene from the 4.1 Arconquest, you can see that the person who is reporting to Arlecchino is a Fatui Pyro agent. Now we know that Arlecchino subordinates are not Fatui Pyro agents. Instead, Arlecchino subordinates are these 4 million HP bosses who take insane amounts of fall damage. So maybe Childe used the help of this Pyro agent to accuse himself in Fontaine's trial. But how could Childe have possibly known that he would actually be convicted by the Oratress when Neuvillette saw him not guilty? From the 4.0 Arconquest, we know that this trial was to find the real culprit of the missing women's case. And we did find a culprit, which was Marcel. But the real thing that caused the women to disappear was the primordial seawater. And it would only be natural to find Childe who has traces of the primordial seawater on himself to be guilty. I know it sounds like some kind of a flawed logic, but in every case there has to be the accused and the accuser. I mean, even Furina was made to stand for trial because she is the one who accused Lini. So what about in the case of Childe? Why was there only the accused and no accuser? It could only be because the accused and the accuser were exactly one and the same person, Childe. So guys, that's it. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.